And the American dating culture is more of trial and error and confusion. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome back to another video podcast. This is Misa.
And this is Yuka.
And welcome to the Misa Yuka podcast. Woo! Welcome back to another video again. If you're new here, we're two sisters born in Japan, raised in the States, and on this podcast, we talk about random things that we relate to each week, and we hope you relate to as well. So what's today's topic, Yuka?
Today's topic is comparing the two different romantic relationships, like specifically how relationships start between Japan and the US.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is really interesting, right? I think it's really interesting because I think there's such a big difference.
There's so many differences.
Yeah.
And we'll see like which one we like better.
Yeah. And like let us know which one you guys like better. Mm-hmm. And if you have maybe like, you know, any like, experiences.
Either or.
Either or. Okay. So let's
just talk about like Japan first.
Okay.
So how it starts is
in Japan.
Yeah. How does it start?
So it starts with like confession. So we have the confession culture.
Right. And it's usually like, you know, after 1 or 3 times
of dating,
going on like little dates.
Like a 3
like
is
a one-on-one date.
3 is like the magical number, right? For Japanese.
3 is the magical number. If you go on your 4th date, there's like a less chance. So you should move on.
4th date and you don't have a confession between you guys, you should move on, right?
Yeah. It's like you should be like, what does that mean? Like, you know,
right.
It should be a hint.
Right. Even like some of my friends on their 3rd date, they get confessed, right? And then after maybe the 5th one, they get proposed.
Really?
That's crazy, right?
That's fast.
Yeah, that's really fast. Like after they get like maybe just like after a month they get confessed and they're like girlfriend and boyfriends. I think they're telling me how they got engaged already.
Really?
And she's moving to a different country with this guy.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean
connection is a connection.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like the confession culture. On the other hand, the American culture is a very casual.
Yeah, it's more of a casual relationship. I don't think there's even a confession.
There's no confession. There is, it is based on trial and error.
Yeah, it's trial and error. And like even if you're seeing someone, I think it's still an open relationship. Right. Where you can still see other people. You're not exclusive yet. Yeah,
so there's this thing, there's this like level in relationships for like American culture, right? So there is this, we all have the dating phase. And the dating phase is like, in Japan we say, oh, I'm dating someone, meaning that they are girlfriends and boyfriends, right?
Right.
I'm like going out with someone, right?
Right.
But in the American context, it's mostly I'm dating around.
Yeah.
Meaning that you might be on a dating app and you're dating around.
And you're like still swiping.
Right. Left or right. Up or down. You're swiping, right? And so that is like the dating phase. And then once you find someone, you match with someone, right? Like on the internet or just like offline, you start seeing this person and you are on like going on little dates with that person, maybe a dinner date. You're like, you might be hooking up. I don't know. You're seeing this person. But at that point, you don't know if you are girlfriends or boyfriends.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's no clear labels.
There's no clear labels. And I think the seeing part, and once you are like starting to hook up with that person, that is a situationship.
Right.
You have created a situationship, and that is, I think, equivalent to seeing someone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like situationship is like a little bit higher level than the the seeing phase.
Right.
A situationship is when you both you kind of like each other.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of like each other, and you kind of know that.
Mm-hmm.
But then you don't want to put a label.
Right.
Either party does not want to put a label on the relationship.
Right.
And it is just a situation in which you kind of like that person, but also a situation in which you don't want to label it and you don't want to fully commit.
Right.
Because of reasons like career, personal reasons, or you just don't want to fully commit to that person because you don't really know much.
Yeah, like you're really keeping those options available.
Yeah. And I think situationships is a really hard thing.
Yeah, it's definitely hard.
I think we did the ChatGPT thing, and the American culture, like dating culture, is more of like trial and error and confusion. Like yeah. I'm confused with my life already. Like I do not need to be confused with a situationship or like that kind of relationship. But anyways, that is and then after you're maybe you're in a situationship, that can fail or that can like succeed, right? I mean, if you through good communication.
Through communication, but you have to do the what are we? And then that usually comes from girls, I think.
Yeah. So why are guys not wanting to commit?
There's just a lot of things. I feel like there's it really depends on what environment you were raised and like those little tiny things that happened in your life, I think.
Trauma.
Yeah, trauma, like childhood trauma. I feel like, those people who don't want to get married,
mm-hmm.
a lot of those people tell me like, oh yeah, I was raised in a divorced family. So they don't really believe in love or like, they don't think that marriage will last. So why be in a relationship?
Right.
It's like that kind of mindset. So I think it really depends on like how you were raised and what environment you were in.
Right.
So, but honestly, like with a situationship, I know it can happen a lot of times. But like my opinion, I think it's just too easy I feel like I lost,
Yeah.
Like
if you're in a situation.
If I'm in a situationship.
Like you feel lost or you feel like you lost.
Yeah, I feel like I lost the game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because now you slept with them, right? And then you literally lost. I don't know.
You literally lost. You lost the game.
Because you have to play hard to get, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to play that, but it's kind of like that kind of game. And once like, the other you kind of like lean in and give in.
Yeah.
Then they were like, oh, I got you.
Yeah. So I think situationships like happen if you do the physical connection first. Mm-hmm. But I think like it's really important to have emotional connection.
Right.
We need emoticon.
What is that?
I don't know. Emojis. We need emotional connection first.
Yeah.
And I think like in American...
And that's really hard because...
Yeah. I think in like American hookup culture, I think it's like really hard to get emotional connection because I think it also comes from the media. Like movies. I was just watching like I watch American. I don't really watch movies, but I was watching The Notebook. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's like a really pure movie, but just like movies these days and like media these days and like even just like Netflix shows, it's all about like the physical. Like
it's always been like
S word. That. Yeah. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's never been.
But then, like, that's why I think K-dramas and, like, Asian dramas are very popular now, like, amongst the world because it's more pure.
I don't think that's the reason. I think K-drama is just so, like... Dramatic, unpredictable. The plot twist is crazy.
That's true. So, but I see a lot of, like, purer, more pure movies in...
It's more censored.
Asian movies.
Do you
I
think
know. I feel like
censored?
I feel like American movies. They're like the moment they meet, they're like kissing, like they're like sleeping, and there's just like really, really a lot of like sexual things.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the Asian dramas, it's more like like more like toned down.
Right.
I would say.
That's true.
So I think that also has to do with the American hookup culture too.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't think that's like normal.
Yeah, it's definitely like fantasized.
Yeah, it's fantasized, and I don't.
But people follow that.
Yeah, but I don't think it's good for the human psychology.
Right. It's right.
Because it causes confusion.
Right. And you can be stuck in that situation for a long time.
Yeah, and you can be wasting a lot of your time.
Right.
Because that energy you can use it for yourself. Okay, anyways. I think we're like coming clear to an answer already with like which kind of relationship we like. But we also want to talk about the cons of a Japanese.
Right, yeah.
You know, that's also interesting.
There's definitely cons.
Cons of a Japanese relationship. Mm-hmm. So how Japanese relationships start is through the confession culture. But also, like, I heard from, like, different people that, like, they just, like, they do the confession and they become girlfriends and boyfriends just because they want to sleep together or something. I'm not sure if that's true, but at the same time, if you are officially girlfriends and boyfriends without actually knowing each other, I think that's also kind of like it becomes a hassle because then you have to break up, right? If you don't like each other, you're like, oh shoot, like we became girlfriends and boyfriends, but I actually don't really like this person that much. Like I actually find a lot of faults. We're not married. We're not committed to each other that much. So I think we need to break up. And then now all of a sudden you have broken up with like so many different people.
Right. But I don't think no one's counting, so.
Really? I would be counting everything. I'll be like, oh shoot, this is my third one.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, yeah, you would count.
I would be like a little self-conscious if I'm like constantly like getting together and then like, oh, breaking up. You know, like I think I gouge the waters a lot.
I think there's also like emotional pain.
Oh yeah.
And emotional hassle, you know? It's not just like the numbers. Like physically, yeah, there's a number to it.
Yeah.
But
it's emotionally draining, I think. And it takes so much free rent in your brain.
Yeah.
No one's paying for that.
I know.
It's quite expensive.
I know. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of the guys are just they're causing this. Maybe girls too.
No. I think it's the guys.
You think it's the guys?
Don't cancel us. But I really think so. Like I see a lot of like great women out there. Maybe it's the goggles that I'm wearing right now, the sunglasses, maybe like the filter I have. I see a lot of great women like trying their best. I'm not a feminist, but like, but I just see really amazing women out there who happen to not, you know, like have a lot of like bad experiences with different men.
Yeah.
And usually the men are not like willing to commit to them for some reason.
I think it's just intimidating.
And also I think there's a lot of like emotional unavailability.
Right. Because I think in a relationship you need a lot of
emotional availability.
You need a lot of capacity. And if your storage is like, you know, always full and you only have 0.1 gigabyte left.
Yeah.
You can't put anything there.
Yeah, if your memory is like 8 gigas.
Yeah, like that's like slow RAM.
Yeah, that is very slow RAM.
So, so there's like not many people with that big of a emotional capacity.
Yeah, I feel like women have a lot of emotions and we have a lot of like emotional availability. Like we're like emotional beings.
Oh my gosh, you know what? It's because we have hormones.
Yeah. the hormones, the estrogens.
Yeah, we have so many complicated hormones that men just don't understand, especially men who don't have like, woman siblings. They're like, I've been told once, like, you can't blame your emotions on your period. I was like,
okay, the one thing that you can blame is your hormones.
Yeah.
And what else? It's like, sleepiness.
Yeah.
Sleepiness is like really you cannot control your serotonins or your melatonins or your estrogens. You cannot blame those.
Yeah, men don't know how sleepy we get before our periods. Like, we're past that. We're like hibernating, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh my gosh, why is she always sleeping?
Yeah.
But scientifically proven we need that sleep. And we need to be eating a lot healthier before our periods.
Right. Yeah, men who don't really have the womanly aspects.
Yeah, they just don't understand.
Yeah. And I actually tend to have a hard time, like, being with those kinds of men. For some reason. I mean, for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons, yeah.
And so, like all of the guy friends I have are not straight. And they're amazing,
Right.
So that's why I think, like, the dating scene is, like, really hard now. Also with the rise of dating apps. Oh, guys, I was on a dating app for 24 hours.
Wow.
Just to try it out and see, like, what that world is like. The results, my hypothesis was that I would not enjoy it. The results, I didn't really enjoy it for, like, many reasons. I thought it was cool to, like, see a lot of, like, men on the market. But I think there was just, like, too many. And it really overwhelmed me. And then I got brain fatigue. And also you get, like, the hearts and the likes. And I was, like, watching the hearts and the likes go up every
It's so bad for someone who, like, runs a social media account.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's like
you just want to see the numbers now. Yeah. Interesting.
It was very interesting. It was like another type of social media for me. And I don't think that was, like, very healthy for me. I was only on it for, like, just, like, maybe 12 hours. And then I try to be on it for the whole day. But I don't have it anymore. But yeah. But also with the rise of dating apps, there's a lot of hookup culture. And there's a lot of casual dating.
Regardless of, like, countries, I feel like.
Yeah, because wherever you go now, you can, like, have that app.
Yeah.
And then you can meet people, which is cool. You're meeting a lot of different people. But the question is, like, are we meeting the right people?
Yeah. And I think dating apps, like, made it possible to meet a lot of people, like you said. But we're not meeting the right people now.
Yeah,
so
the quality
has gone down, even though the quantity has gone up.
But like, at the same time, I wonder why the quality is going down, right? Because they're just the same people that you would maybe meet at a bar. Right? But you're just meeting on a different medium, the app. Right? So I don't know. I'm, like, also wondering why.
Do you think it's the medium?
Like, the medium itself makes it a little bit more casual.
Like, I think it depends on how you see the medium.
Right.
So I see the medium as some kind of shallowness.
Oh, okay.
But maybe it just depends.
I think how we perceive the medium. So shallowness, but I know, like, Yui's, like, our older sister's colleagues, they're super serious about dating, and they went on a dating app to meet someone serious. So they would, date someone morning, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Meet 3 people a day in order to find a prominent woman.
Right.
So I think he looked at it as more of a serious thing. So I guess, how you perceive it, because I think apps and, like, tech and everything, it's very intangible. And for me, like, I'm an idealistic person, so I want to meet someone maybe offline when you went traveling.
Right.
And then it was, like, a magical meet.
Right.
That's also very idealistic, but like I'm kind of like in that head space. And then app, it's like, oh, I can meet anyone. Oh, I think it's the abundance of people.
Abundance?
Yeah, because on the dating app, it was like a lot of people. It was like 1,000 people. Imagine 1,000 people, Yuka. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, yeah. I'm like, oh, there's abundant.
I don't think it's that.
And so, like, the quantity is high. And then so the quality just goes down. Right. You think in your head. Because you're like, oh, there's a lot of it.
I don't think you can't really judge the quality of it, like, just by looking at it. Right?
Yeah, but why did we say, like, the quality has gone down?
Because, like, you actually talk to them and there's nothing in the conversation. Did you talk to them?
No.
Oh. Well, like, if you go on those types of dates, like, it's just so unnatural. It's, like, really forced. And it's just, like, the quality is really low. Like,
maybe it's, like, the whole atmosphere, like, the whole, like, sphere that the app created. The app is for meeting someone, like, romantically, right? And so, like, in that forced kind of environment, you're meeting that person. So everything is kind of forced. And, like, so for some people, I think that's really good. Maybe, I think for, like, more intuitive people, it's, like, it just, like, seems very unnatural.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, it really depends on the type of person.
Yeah, and
like if it's good for you or bad. And also that comes back to, like, the relationships too. Like, it really depends on what you like, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, if you like a serious, clear, no ambiguity kind of relationship, you might want a Japanese, Asian, like Eastern culture relationship. If you want to really go trial and error, test out the waters, and you don't want to jump into relationships so quickly, and you're kind of okay with confusion, you might want the Western type of relationship. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of Asians, like, we don't want confusion.
Right.
We want clarity.
We're really formal, I feel like.
Yeah. And I think formal is really nice and pure. And I think I really want purity in, like, love and romance, not through, like, physical, like, I think emotional connection really comes first.
Right. And I think you can tell. Like, the differences are just so real, like, between emotional connection and just, like, forced connection also.
Yeah.
Like,
of course.
Like, when I met someone, like, offline versus when I met someone, like, online.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, that itch is also different too. You know, that, like, spark.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to know more about this person versus, like, okay, that was weird.
It was like yeah, when Yuka says weird, she felt like 7 emotions at the same time, and she just feels weird.
It was weird. Just a lot of emotions. That was weird.
You're like, that's weird. I felt weird. But yeah, when you meet someone offline, and, like, if it's, like, kind of like a miracle kind of, you're like, oh, this might be special.
Yeah.
And I think we're craving that specialness. You know, feeling special. And on dating apps and, like, it's just so many people. The specialness, like, the uniqueness of that relationship just declines, right?
And that's what we're calling quality.
Yeah, and I think, like, that kind of goes. I like metaphors, and but I think it's like when you find, like, a homemade piece, you know, of thing at a boutique, and you're like, oh my god, this is homemade. This is the one and only thing. That's how I felt in Thailand. They made a lot of, like, homemade things, one and only, just one in the world. It felt so special. I was like, I'm gonna buy that. I bought a lot of things. There's just so many homemade, one and only special things out there.
Right.
You know, it's like, and you can buy it off of, like, that person who made it.
Right.
Right.
That's really special.
Yeah. But then if you go to, like, a Shein or like something like mass produced.
Yeah.
I mean, even a Uniqlo, right? They have a lot of mass produced things, right? I just buy it because I just feel like I would need it one day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't really wear it, you know?
Right.
But I bought it just in case. And I think like that is the metaphor. That's like the perfect metaphor for like what's happening in the dating scene. And I think we're always wanting that special, unique person. Yeah, like that special person you want to meet.
Like a connection.
Yeah. And I think that's like, and I think like thinking about that is like excites me.
Mm-hmm.
Like to like meet that special person, you know? Because you're going to be living with that person.
Right.
Forever.
Right.
And ever. And maybe your next life too.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That's really long.
That's a big commitment. Maybe we all need to rethink about it.
But yeah, I think like the specialness is like what we need in the dating culture right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless of like, you know, which relationship style you favor, I think it's the specialness too.
Yeah.
This connection.
Yeah. Because honestly, I don't know if I really favor the serious or like the Eastern
right, the
one.
confession or
the
without the confession,
Western.
just kind of like trying it out.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know which one I would prefer. Probably like the clarity part, but at the same time, like I don't know if I would find a connection, like feel a connection.
Right.
You know.
See, I don't mind doing the "what are we" question.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's gonna be a confession sooner or later.
Yeah.
For the other side.
Yeah,
as well.
it's like it's just the timing of like when you are committed or not, right?
Right.
For me, like I would want to feel very clear that that person might be the one, you know, before I get into a relationship, because like there's a lot of heartbreak, and I don't really want to go through like a lot of heartbreak.
Right.
So I still don't know which like relationship is like best for me, like style is best for me. But I just know that I just need a person. Like I would want someone who, prioritizes emotional connection. And emotional connection is like the best type of connection that we all should be looking for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so those are the differences. And like I think European is different, right?
Europeans are just, it's different in so many different ways within
it's
the
so
Europe,
interesting.
like Europe countries.
Yeah, I think like Northern gets like a little bit more casual, Northern Europe, and then like the Western, like the Portugals and the Spains, like
they're
get
so
very
passionate. They're more like family oriented.
Yeah, and then the French people, they're like, you know, just
very direct.
Yeah,
with
and then
words.
The Dutch and German are very direct too, right?
Yeah.
I heard like the French is like they're kind of like jumping around, they're like dating around,
right?
But then they get serious, like very quickly once they find the person. But also, like I just hear a lot of Europeans like they don't marry. Yeah. That's a whole new different sphere, though. Yeah,
that's also such an interesting like perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in marriage.
Right.
I really do believe in marriage. So, like committing to that one person is very important. But yeah, the European style is like really different.
But you know, like the people like in Japan today, like some people don't believe in like, you know, a paper marriage.
That's also weird. Like we have to register.
Yeah.
Like you register to school.
And then so like some people think like what is the point of like registering with a piece of paper?
That's
when
true,
you're like emotionally connected already.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is like an interesting like take.
Yeah, because probably like during the Jomon area, maybe they didn't have papers. Maybe they had rocks.
And dirt.
And they're like, this is love.
I wonder what they did. They probably traded rocks.
Yeah, or something. And then you have to like trade rings and stuff.
They probably made it out of like twigs.
Today, in order to manifest marriage, I put a ring on my ring finger.
You need a lot of money to get married these days.
You do, because like weddings are very, very expensive. And then you also need to maybe buy a house.
Remember you were like, why are rings so expensive? Remember you said that?
No.
Oh.
I don't remember. I don't remember like looking for a ring with you.
Do you know how much people spend on rings? Like guess.
No.
Guess.
How much was your ring?
Okay, no, guess. Like in average. Like how much
maybe
Japanese people would spend?
$20,000. Is that a lot?
Wow, that's a lot.
Wait, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, like average is like over 10K.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I don't believe in paper rings. I know.
We weren't talking about paper rings.
There's a song called Paper Rings, like by Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
and, like,
but we weren't talking about
she talks about how she would marry that person with a paper ring.
Right.
Right? But I don't believe in that. Because I think paying for that ring shows commitment. Money, you know, when people pay money for that, they're like, I'm committing to you.
Right.
But even for businesses, if you pay a lot for a coaching thing, you're committed to that.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're paying.
That's true.
So I think it also, like, the money put into weddings and the rings and everything, it just shows a lot of commitment to that person, to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And one way to express, like, gratitude, commitment is through money and through things.
Right.
Like, yeah. Like, fortunately and unfortunately, you know, to show something, there's only, like, things and money, like materials. You can't be like, yeah, we're emotionally connected, you know, but we never know, so we have to show it through materials. Right. All right. That was like cool exploring this. I think I need to explore a little bit more again next week.
No, please do that on your own.
But let us know, like, what kind of relationship style you like or you prefer, and if you have any experiences, because I would love to know what you're thinking.
Yeah, we love comments.
Yeah, please like comment. I know, like, it's kind of intimidating,
but we always look through the comments.
Yeah.
We're like, oh my god, we got a comment.
Yeah, so I know it's kind of intimidating to like comment and like people are gonna see, and then a lot of our listeners are like sensitive people. Like, you know, we are like deep thinkers.
Yeah.
We're very real, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we would love to, or you can DM me. We're all connected as a family on this podcast. So yeah, just let us know what you think. Anyways, are we good? Did we explore enough? We have a conclusion, right? It depends.
Yeah.
On what we want. I still don't know what kind of relationship I would prefer, but that's our conclusion.
Yeah.
Yay, I love exploring with you guys all the time. This is an honor to always talk to you guys every week. It's just so fun, right, Yuka?
Yeah.
It's like a highlight of our week.
Right.
It
really always
is.
Comes on a Monday.
Yeah. And it just like sets the week, right?
Right.
And then I'm going to subtitle everything. But anyways, thank you so much. Oh, I'm also looking for a subtitler.
Right.
Yeah, an intern, or like someone who wants to do content and wants to like learn from me. I've been doing a lot of like video, but yeah. So I would like make the Google form, and you can just,
if you want to be a subtitler.
Yeah, subtitler, or even like making like coming up with ideas for content and stuff. That'd be really fun. So I'll see like who applies, and then we can like go through there. But I'm like ready to make a small team. Woo! Maybe just 2 of us.
It was really small, smaller than I thought.
Super small, but I love to make it super small, like nothing so big. But like I would be looking for really that special person. So, all right. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and listening until the very end. I hope you guys are having a very good day
and a very good life.
And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. See you.